Sambula, talo hani, talo fokoi kim the moody. Halo kita one talk karaki na kumai halo nin belong malo le soi fua maua malalangi mama. Ma'a Brian Sangala here, Brian Sangala, event specialist with another episode of MCing slash public speaking, sharing insights to help garnered from my 30 years experience as an MC, host, facilitator, creative, broadcaster, etc., etc. I'm dressed up a little bit warm. I'm still trying to acclimatise to the cold weather here in New Zealand after enjoying the tropical climates of a beautiful Samoa. And firstly, just a very big thank you to James and the rest of the Atua family for hosting me as we celebrated the birthday of a beloved June Toa Atua, 21st at Aggie Gray Sheraton in Apia. A wonderful celebration, and great seeing all the family and the villages of Falelatai, Faleula, and Faleasiu out representing. So thank you again, James and Ainga. Now, today, episode 7, we're actually going to look at speech preparation. Last week's episode, just to briefly cover, was the final part of the MCing journey, the debriefing yourself, self debrief as well as with the client. And so, if you'd like to go back, you can go over any one of the previous 6 episodes to look at that journey as an MC and all those parts that make up that journey. But today, again, we are looking at speech preparation. Be a lot of crossover with MCing in that as well, but slight nuances, if you will, slight nuances. And so when we're looking at speech preparation, what types of speeches are there? Well, you could be giving a best man speech, you could be speaking, you could be giving a eulogy at a funeral, you could be giving a work presentation, could be a debate, you could be asked to share a testimony or share your story, might be a presentation or science project at school, etc., etc., etc. And then when we look at the types of speeches, can be persuasive, you can be debating, it can be informative, it can be motivational, and then so these are the types of speeches, context within which giving a speech. And so this evening I'm going to cover 5 points for speech preparation. Now, this is by no means the definitive finished article when it comes to speech preparation, but these are 5 areas where I employ in terms of speech writing if I'm giving a speech. And for yourselves, if you don't have any knowledge about speech preparation, then please use this as a template upon which you can build and then customize to your own needs and requirements. Awesomeness. So let's begin with the first part of speech preparation. Find your why. What is the point? Why are you giving this speech? It's a really good question to ask. What's one thing you want your audience to know, or what is the message that you wish to convey within the context of giving the speech? So again, if you were giving a eulogy at a funeral, what is the message you want to convey about the deceased? Maybe your relationship, some funny memories, what the person meant to you. Also, in terms of best man speech or maid of honor. So, what is your why? What is it that you are trying to say in your speech? And when giving this speech, speak from your heart, be yourself. It's not about being perfect, but for me, it's about the engaging with the audience and connecting on a one to many, on a heart to heart basis. Yes, we dot our I's and we cross our T's when we're preparing the speech, but when you're delivering, it doesn't have to be perfect. And be yourself, again, as with MCing. If you're going, for example, the structural integrity, the emotional intelligence of this person was so impactful that the zeal with which I continued after chancing upon meeting this amazing individual. That's not how you talk. Well, come on now, be yourself when you're speaking. Just be you. Speak. Be you. Find your why. Speak from your heart. Know your audience. It's a bit like you're preparing a feast. When you are having malo, when you're having visitors, you're thinking about, okay, then who's coming over? Maybe what's the type of food that they like, and then you're basing it on that. Now, I'm not saying you tailor the speech to a person or an audience thinking, okay, this is what they like. No, it always has to be from you and you as an individual, but having an understanding of who it is that you're actually speaking to in terms of your audience. And again, what is it that you're wanting to say? Now, in terms of the structure, okay, so we're going on to part three now. Structure, keep it simple. Maybe 3 to 4 points that you want to convey in your speech. What are the 3 or 4 core messages? Keep it simple. And even in what you're touching on, if you're a person that has notes, maybe nerves, you get an attack of the nerves, so you want to be something you can have it on your phone, or you can have it on cards of that, or if you feel confident, you can practice. It's not memorized, but practice the speaking, covering the points, so that when you're standing in front of your audience delivering the speech, that there is a flow which is built on the confidence of having practice in front of the mirror too, because then you can see the way that you come across or look to an audience. You may be thinking, oh man, I'm so passionate, but if this is all people see when they are watching you speak, maybe your face or the looks has to marry up with what it is that you're speaking to give that extra impact. So the structure, introduction, maybe start with a question, maybe starting with a Bible verse. It's all again relating to what is it that you're wanting to say, what is it that you are wanting to get across to the audience through what it is that you're saying in the speech. And again, within the context, whether it's a work presentation or speaking at a wedding or a funeral, giving a presentation at school, etc., etc., etc. So the introduction, and then the body. What is the main part of the speech which you are giving? Again, 3, 4 points, even 2 points, depending on what the points are. Those points each could be maybe 5 minutes each, and that can make up a good health, 10 minute speech. But I always say a quality over quantity. You may just have 1 point, but if it's something that you pour your whole soul into, and when you deliver, maybe about 5 minutes max. And that's fine. Again, what is it that you are wanting to say? Who is the audience that you're speaking to? And so you've got the structure, introduction, the body, what is the main part, and then the conclusion, finishing, what something that I would suggest that ties up everything from your introduction to the body to the conclusion. If you're looking at a joke, that the conclusion is like, what is the punchline? The introduction and the body of the speech that you're giving is building up to the final punchline, the delivery, the aha, eureka moment for the audience. So there, part of the third point, structure. I mentioned this already, but I'll cover again in part 4, is practice, don't memorize. I do this a lot. When my intro video first went viral, there was someone that made a comment. It was maybe two or three people made the same comment or something similar to this effect that, oh, you can tell that you can tell that he's practiced that. Of course, of course, yes, practiced that thousands and hundreds of times. Ah, but when I deliver it, the flow and the hmm, I don't know. Maybe it comes across as rehearsed to people, but hey, I can only be me. I practice. I stand in front of the mirror. Am I smiling? For anyone giving a speech, even at funerals, when you smile, it breaks down barriers, and immediately you draw the audience in. Eye contact, making eye contact with people, engaging. What is it that you are saying? And when you're writing your speech and it comes to the practice, do you mean what you say? I'll say that again. Do you mean what it is that you're saying? There have been a lot of times where I've practiced things and I become quite emotional thinking about it. But that's just me. I'm the type of person that wears my heart on my sleeve. But if you are connecting with what it is that you're writing, 9 times, 10 times out of 10, if you connect with it, if it resonates with you, then there will be someone, if not the whole audience, that when you give that speech, it will resonate with also. So that's part four, the fourth point. So, one, we looked at find your why. What is the why? What is the message that you're giving? Two, knowing your audience, having an understanding of who it is that you're speaking to. The structure being introduction, body, and conclusion, and then practicing. Practicing. It helps a lot with nerves and allaying fears. Nerves are always real. Fear is always real. 30 years in, I still get nervous. Even with the event that I was in Samoa for, the 21st. Of course, I'm nervous standing there in a room full of my of my fellow Samoans. And you know what? To be honest, as a New Zealand-born Samoan, on that day, feeling a little bit inadequate. Like, oh man, am I a real Samoan? But it's like, man, that's where you give it unto God, Give it to Papa. And it's like, oh, Papa, you were the one that opened these doors. You're the one that gave me this opportunity. So you do the work in me. I can only do what I can do, but you work through me. Yeah. And number 5 again, speaking from your heart. Some notes that I wrote here. Connecting. The goal is to connect with your audience. Whatever the context, whatever the speech that it is that you're giving, you just never know that on that particular day and that given moment, something that you say not only resonates, but it inspires. It inspires people. I remember once when I was emceeing an event and a lady came up to me who was very distraught and asking me, "Oh, is your name Brian Sangala?" And I was like, "What have I done? What have I done?" Only to find out that her mother had recently passed, but wanting to pass on her heartfelt thanks, not only to me, but the rest of 531 PI being a haven, a safe place for their, I think it was their mum or dad that had passed, as well as the family, and bringing great comfort in that time. You just never know when you give a speech that you're giving it for whatever reason, but that someone in the audience, it's like, man, that is a seed. That could be a word that they were waiting on from God. It could be just like, oh my gosh, that's affirmation for me, because this is something that I was thinking about just the other day. So don't hold it lightly. Hold it lightly, but don't take it lightly. You know what I mean? Hold it lightly. Do do all the preparation in there. But when you deliver your speech, hold lightly. And of course, there's the other point. Have fun. Give yourself permission to have fun, to enjoy being in that moment, being in the spotlight, being that center of attention for someone. Have I emceed for a Cook Island event before? Jaden. No, but I've emceed events where there have been many Cook Islanders. Kia ora tātou kātua toa, te ahi mai tū tātou, teia tō tātou tumu tāpura no te ara koe aroa. Aroa atu, tētai e tētai, kata, kia mataura tātou kātua toa I te ira māta, tia tua te aroa. And there you go, one of the many Pacifica speeches I have memorized, I've practiced, and thank you, Tūraki Rongo, my buddy from 531 who gave it. Sorry, Jaden. So that's just, there's other speeches as well, impromptu, I dare say would be one of the harder ones, in that when you're put on the spot, it's like, but applying the same in terms of the structure, introduction, the body, and the final point that you're giving. It can be just a quick assessment. Somebody gives you a topic and then bang, you just go for it and that. So these are all those 5 points I will cover again briefly in for speech preparation. What is your why? What is the message that you are wanting to say? Speaking from the heart, always speaking from the heart. Knowing your audience. Number 2, know your audience. Who is it that you are speaking to? Using the feast analogy again, you've got a group of friends coming over. I know that they like this, and I'll make that dish for this particular person. So it's like, maybe tailoring a bit, but not being dictated by who the audience is. Okay. Number 3, the structure of a speech: introduction, body, conclusion. You can use the introduction and the body as building up, and then conclusion, bang, giving the final point which ties your introduction and the body of your speech, your message in neatly, succinctly, to really bring home the message of your speech. 4, practice, don't memorize. In front of a mirror, just smile. Even just practicing smiling, looking from side to side, standing nice and strong, standing with a nice strong pose and just practicing. And when you're practicing, if you're practicing in front of a mirror, imagining your audience, imagining that you're speaking with someone. And number 5, again, speaking from the heart. Be you, always being your authentic self. So that's it, pretty much, family. Those are the 5 points. Again, it's not the end-all, be-all. This is what I use, as all of these and others which I haven't touched on, but just keeping it nice and simple. And again, with when you're preparing your speech, and for the body part, the body section of your speech, what it may be 2 or 3 points that you can really focus and hone in on. And again, when you're thinking of what it is that you want to say, make sure that, does this resonate with me, and is it in line with what the message is that I am attempting to communicate to people. Okay. So if there are any questions, if you have any questions with regards to speech prep, please feel free to let me know, to add in the comments. And a very big thank you, B, Toku, and Jaden, for your for your question. And kia ora, meitaki mata for that. I appreciate that. Thank you. So that is episode 7 of MCing Public Speaking Speech Preparation. If there's anything that you would like me to touch on, family, please let me know. I'm more than happy. What I'll be looking at over the next few weeks, being a former employment coach, we're going to be looking at things like interviewing skills. We'll look at interviewing skills, CVs, doing up CVs and things like that. And so if there's any questions that you have around work preparation, work readiness, then please feel free to enter a comment in this video, or feel free to PM me or DM me on my socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or LinkedIn. So a very big thank you, family, for your time this evening. I really, really appreciate it. And for those that are looking for an MC, for any MC booking inquiries, please feel free to contact me again via my socials. You can PM, DM me, you can email me, mbsangala, all one word lowercase, at gmail.com, or you can visit my website, briansangala.co.nz. And for all our YouTube viewers, please like, subscribe for more great content. I think that's it, family. So thank you again, everyone, for watching this evening. I really appreciate it. Where's this? Here we go. So thank you again. God bless and enjoy the rest of your week. Tō whāsui fua.